our first character from Cobra Law, and it's a good one. From G.I. Joe Classified Series, introducing number 140, Nemesis Immortal. Welcome to GI Reviews. I am the Ruckus. How you guys doing? I am doing well. You see what we got going on in front of us. We have a deluxe set. This is the first set in this design packaging because it needed to be done in order to accommodate all of what you see in that clamshell. We have in front of us from Cobra, representing Cobra Law to be specific, Nemesis Immortal. It's number 140 in the line. Of course, it's part of the Cobra side of the house. You see the packaging looking pretty nice there. The figure itself inside the packaging looks awesome. Can't wait to get him out. But before we do that, let's take a look at what we got. At the top there, you see the 140, the design there of that's like part of Nemesis. I'm just going to say I'm not going to say that whole thing the whole time. Of Nemi's suit, which is like alive. So it's it undulates and everything else. You've got some nice artwork there. You got that 140 and that skew. On the other side, some really nice artwork there, as you can see that. And then on the back, the rear, we have very nice toy photography there going on. Digital sketch of Nemesis Immortal. And I see Cobra Commander down there in a, looks like a giant clamshell. Crazy. And then you got the thumbnails there on our right side that shows some of the features from Nemesis Immortal, like the some of the design of his head sculpt, one of his head sculpts. He comes with two, and the tentacles that go on his back, and the talons on his two-toed feet. So pretty nice. Like I said, can't wait to get this guy open, and we're going to do that right now. Here's what the clamshell with the figure in tow looks like with the cardboard removed. You see the wings in the back there, that other head sculpt, hands, and some very gnarly looking swords down there. But that isn't it. Affixed to the back, the back of the panel that has a very nice backdrop in and of itself are those tentacles. And like I said, you can see that backdrop there looking... that backdrop looks very nice, and the tentacles, they're definitely affixed in there, so I'll have to cut those out as well. And now fully unleashed from his clamshell, we have Nemesis Immortal himself. And you see at his feet in front of him, we've got the tentacles, and on the rear behind him, the wings, and the wings are articulated, the tentacles are bendy wires, so there's a whole bunch of goodness right there, and that's just some of the accessory goodness. We've seen them all when it was in the clamshell, but to give you a closer view, here are the extra set of fists that he comes with, and his left fist is actually on a, they both are, as a matter of fact, now that I'm looking at him, his fists have the vertical hinges. I don't know what that's all about. Can't hold anything. Their fists, horizontal would have been fine with that. And he also comes with those swords that we saw. Grab one on both sides. You can see that they've got these hooks. That's because these swords are also organic. He took them out of his body somewhere. That's why they have these claws, these talons at the end of the handles there. And then, of course, the color of the swords kind of looks like bacon, for sure. Nice, they're molded in an ivory style white, and then you've got the this beef colored red going there, and of course on the hilt, the handle as well. The claws are like a brown, got like almost a purplish tint to it, but yep, very nice. And then of course the final accessory is that other head sculpt that you see right here, and he definitely looks good right here. Out of packaging, the head sculpt he just has on his helmet. This right here is the helmet, but you see he's got like the keratin kind of growths around the eyes and the bridge of the nose, and of course up and down and around the scalp and on the back there. And like I said, this grows out from the uniform, the costume, the armor, whatever you want to call it. It's organic. It's like alive. So very nice. As far as the accessories that are lying at his feet, we'll start with the tentacles, and it has that chitinous type of back there shell, and that's the tentacles come out there. It's like an arthropod of some kind. Some very nice attention to detail on the underside there. You've got the suction cups, so these are more like lampreys, so that's pretty cool. You see the peg for it to stick in the back, and then like I said, the chitinous shell going on back there, and these are bendy wire, so you got it going on that way. Gotta love that. And you don't necessarily have to have this on Nemesis' body. He can separate this and actually use it to ensnare a Joe. And of course, if you do the bendy wire thing, it will stand up, as you can see right there. Set that off to the side, go to the behind our boy, and carefully rise up the wings. Turn them around so you can see from the back. There's like feathers, proto feathers growing back here. Don't know if you can really see that all that well, but they are there. And then you've got the like the protrusions, kind of, that they're supposed to be hard, and armored and spiked. Pretty cool. And then when you get the wings themselves, the wings, you can see they're bat-like there on the end, and they branch out there like arms. And then you got hams that have the webbing in between the what would be the fingers, just like bats, just like bats, or pterodactyls for that matter. And I'll turn it back around because these are articulated. They've got butterfly joints, so you can rear them back. You can lower them down, as you can see there on that side. They do rotate. You've got articulation there at, we'll call it the elbow. And pretty good. It'll go down like that. And these will, like I said, I showed you, this will go down just like that. So these are pretty nice indeed. And I just got it caught on my chain there. And they both, you see the peg there. So they both this and the tentacles will fit on our boy Nemi's back. Taking a height measurement of a boy, because he's kind of tall. Get to the front there, that's a little bit more. You can see he's coming in at 7 inches. So, yep, he's one of the taller classified series figures for sure. As far as the look, we'll get him a little bit closer up so we can see some of that goodness there. Get him to also be a little bit focused. That would be nice. And yeah, taking a look at that head sculpt and everything, he looks pretty cool. He's got the helmet, and once again, when you want him to be like fully transformed, you just switch out the helmet to the head sculpt with the keratinous type of protrusions coming out the helmet, and that'll complete the look that he has going on here. And the look, I mean, with these shoulder pads, you notice it's the same thing like we saw on the helmet. And on the, we'll call them shoulder pads of the shoulders of the wings, same thing. He's got these spike protrusions coming out of his the ends of his gloves there. These are kind of like a rubbery plastic, so you don't have to worry about, poking yourself. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, with the gloves, we've got spikes going on the gloves there. He's got taloned fingers, clawed fingers. You see the chest right there. Very textured, if you could hear that going on. Very nice there. Nice colors, purple and a reddish color, and then like a reddish brown for what is adorning his upper torso. And then along the chest, you see what's going on there. Then you've got some more. He's got a nice crotch protector. That's for sure. And then he's got the thigh-high boots, and of course his sheaths for his swords. Keep going down, looking nice. And then of course his feet, the two-toed, taloned feet, clawed feet there, painted like a grayish white style. On the rear, you see what we got going on. The rear of those sheaths there, kind of purplish, and they're textured. And yeah, you see what we got going. Pretty nice. Nice detail. I know the guys, Lenny, the main cat, he was very excited about this guy. Very excited. And I can see why. As far as the articulation goes, his head is on a dumbbell. So you kind of sort of not going to get much movement going up, which is unfortunate. Going down, you can get that much. Going down, go left, right, of course. He's got his neck is also on a ball, so you get movement with the neck. So that kind of helps a little bit. His shoulders, you're not going to get a full 90. That's as much as you're going to get raising the shoulders up. There are butterfly joints. Your shoulder pads are connected in a way so that you can rotate 360. As far as the butterfly joints are concerned, you can get a rear back kind of like that. That's not really that much. Forward, not that much either. You've got the bicep swivel. You've got double jointed elbows. Mine were tight. I did the hot water, cold water treatment in between takes. And so I was able to get it. And at the glove, he's got rotation. And be careful when you're manipulating the arm, so you can get some elbow articulation, because you'll be prone to like kind of sort of grabbing the big spike there, or at least around it, and you're apt to bend it. So you got that. Then of course you got the wrist hinge that swivels, and everything. All his hands are vertical at the wrists. He's got upper torso, diaphragm. You're not getting much going forward. Going back, you get that much. He also has a ball at the waist, so you can combine that and get him to go a little bit further back. Going forward still is kind of nil. That's really what you get, but you can get side to side, and you do have the rotation, left-right rotation at both sections. And then, of course, at the diaphragm, you can go side to side like that. He's got the drop down legs. He can kick 90 forward, go back that much, especially with the drop downs. I don't believe he's got anything going on at the thigh because of the nature of these sheaths there. So I don't think you've got that going on at the thigh. He does have double jointed knees, so you got that going on. He does have, when it comes to toe articulation or foot articulation, he can point his toe that far forward, not very much. And going up is even less. He does have ankle pivot, and he's rocking holes at the bottom of his feet. So that's what you got going on with Nemesis Immortal. The swords kind of sort of, I believe they go in with the talon facing to the rear, and it looks like I would be right. So we'll get him equipped that way. Put that other one in. And he does have trigger finger hands, which is quite unusual considering that he's not shooting anything. It would have been better if he had just total grasping hands, but it is what it is. Here he is rocking the wings, and I had to, of course, push him back in order to get the wings fully in there at full extension. They actually aren't at full extension. I still had to crimp them a bit so that they would get in frame. I think what I'll do is zoom out a little bit and then extend them as best I can right here on camera. Get them up as far as I can. And attempt to take a measurement from wingtip to wingtip. And we'll see what we have here. We're talking about, that's looking very close to 16 inches across. So the wingspan is definitely significant. Here's Nemesis Immortal with the lampreys. The tentacles on his back are bendy wires. And I neglected to mention in the last segment, in other words, the showing the wings, that he's sporting the transformed helmet. And this time I've got him with his fists as well. And for comparisons, I decided to go with the characters that he prominently shares screen time with. We've got on our left Serpentor, and on our right we've got Roadblock. This is the heavy-duty Amazon exclusive version that I've got back there. And of course we've got the SDCC exclusive Once a Man Cobra Commander, and fully transformed, or not even fully transformed. He's still not fully transformed into the snake, because fully transformed he lost the arms, but Once a Man Cobra Commander as the almost fully transformed serpent. And just so you can see how Nemi looks with his wings at rest, here you go. They would be down the first section, and then of course you see where they're bent at. So this is a pretty good look. I think he actually looks better when he's landed on the ground than he does flying. Not that he looks bad flying, it's just, you know, I think he looks kind of better this way. Something about the wings looking a little bit more menacing, because they're fuller. All you see are the full wings and not the arms that extends. But what do I know? It's just how I feel about it. So to sum up my thoughts on number 140 from Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series, we're talking about Nemesis Immortal. Well, if you look at this closing shot, that should probably tell you my thoughts and my feelings on the figure. It's not a perfect figure by any stretch, of course. No figure ever is, but this is damn close. Larger figure. After measuring him, he and Serpentor are around the same height. So any word of him being taller or towering over Serpentor have been greatly exaggerated. Anyhow, the wings, pretty cool. A lot of people aren't feeling the wings because they keep going back to the movie. I looked at the movie prior to receiving this figure in anticipation. I wanted to be up on it, and that's how I came up with the comparisons with Serpentor, Once a Man Cobra Commander, and of course our boy Roadblock, since they all had very significant roles and shared screen time together. And that's why I went on and did that. And of course, I was taken aback too when I noticed the difference in wings. I had seen the movie before, but it never dawned on me about the wings, because I'm not a G.I. Joe aficionado. I'm a fan, but I'm not a know-it-all when it comes to them. And then seeing these wings, they were not fully webbed, if you will. You know what I'm saying? From back all the way to the furthermost fingertip or claw tip, whatever. But I do like the design. I think it's cool, especially as I stated earlier, when I have Nemesis Immortal in a his wings are at rest mode. I think that looks banging to me. The whole figure looks banging. The swords, the bacon blades, they're definitely cool. The lampreys, you see, I got the roadblock wrapped up in them, so pretty good. You could do quite a bit with this figure. The shoulder pads make it a little problematic to move the arms, especially with the butterfly joints, but it can be worked, definitely. You have to find a sweet spot when you want to put these swords in those trigger finger hands, because they're not grasping hands, not for swords, they're grasping hands for weapons, for projectile weapons. But if you find a sweet spot, it'll stay there kind of snug, but if you don't find it, it's going to rattle around, so keep that in mind. Also, what I want you to keep in mind is to comment below what you think of Nemesis Immortal. And this is the first of Cobra Law. Hopefully we will get, what was my girl's name? Pythonia. And I don't even know how Hasbro's going to pull off giving us a Globulus or Globolus or however you pronounce that name. I don't even know how they're going to, that's definitely, I mean, no duh, that's definitely a deluxe set right there. So, but that'll be cool. We get all of that. And of course, probably some of those troopers are in the pipeline at some point. But anyhow, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe. And I got word today that something nice is coming. You can probably guess what it is. So stay tuned for that as that flies and hovers its way to a review near you. Until that time, guys, thanks for rocking with me. You take care. Peace.